Welcome back to the Forex Fortress as we get ready for another day of fun Forex action. A little bit of following up on Bitcoin short-term timeframes as well. So with that said, let's waste no more time because it's Cyberpunk Day today, and I'm actually be on Twitch. Probably by the time that I post this, it's going to be scheduled, so I'll probably be live anyways. But let's start off with good old Dixie on the daily. And as we spoke about yesterday, we are getting a little bit of a short-term reversal here. Yes, and we did say that yesterday likely to come back up and test around the 10 simple, of which we've seen that so far. But is that the end of it, or is there more to come? Is there more on this reversal? So with that said, let's go on to our lower term timeframes for this and bring up a momentum oscillators as well. And yes, it actually does look like it wants to probably test a little bit higher here. Looking at it daily, next level to the upside would be just above 91 and a quarter. It looks like 91 and a quarter to 91 and a half region, and I would be looking for a bit more on this short-term reversal here. Now, again, long-term, am I calling a major reversal? Fuck no. Be very, 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 very clear with this. Long-term still down, and I do still think that we have more downside to go. Probably not even like the not-so-distant future here. Somewhere down around the slightly below $90-ish level. But yes, for the short-term, little bit of a pop back up. However, long-term death cross on the weekly, breaking long-term macro support about 3-4 weeks ago at that $92 level. So as long as we are below $92, I'm not calling any macro reversal as it is just yet. If we can see it get back above $92, yes, that will be a topic of consideration. But for now, just a short-term reversal, and I would be looking for it to pop back up a little bit more. Like I said, somewhere around about 91 and a quarter to 91.30, 40-ish region. So somewhere around there looks about fine. It's kind of fraught with peril within this region. Anyways, with that said, let's go down the old list here and see what we got. And Mr. Aussie Dollar, what are we looking at? We do see continuation to the upside, as we spoke about yesterday. Still bullish on the short-term timeframes. The 4-hour looking good, daily looking good, weekly looking good, and I'd still have a long-term target of about just below 76 cent. Short-term timeframes, medium-term timeframes, and high-term timeframes all bullish here, and I'd remain bullish on this one as long as you've seen 4-hour total closures above 74.50-ish region. Moving on to the next one, what do we got with CAD dollar over here? Same thing, basically, flagging out at a high level. Looks like it probably wants to join the rally party as well. This is more or less a healthy bullish consolidation, at least as it is right now. And I'd be looking at this as more or less likely to just float onwards and upwards from this flag out level right here. Yes, technically you can make a measure move on this one. I imagine it probably does match up somewhere around our next long-term resistance area, of which that would be this guy way the fuck back on over here. Actually, where is it? Yeah, it'd actually be way the fuck on over here, about 79.20-ish region. Yeah, coming in from our April 2018 highs, and also the 377 on the weekly as well. So yeah, short term looking good. I'm bullish as long as we're above 70, basically 78 cents, and looking for a breakout above 78 and a quarter. So bullish on all time frames as well, looking good. Swiss franc dollar, what do we see right here? A little bit of short-term sideways. I forget my call on this one is probably to the upside though, seeing as everything's to the upside right now. In fact, just if you want to err on one side, the upside would be the area to do it. But yeah, weekly still looking good here. Long term, still looking for somewhere around 114 long term. However, is that relevant for the short term? Probably not, because we're still very far away from that region. And short term, what is this shaping up to be as it is right now? It is a little bit more under pressure than the other two that we just saw, but hidden bullish divergence on 4-hour lows from yesterday. It looks like probably does give it another try back up towards 112.5. But short term, sideways and a little bit of upside is kind of what we're looking towards. And I would look at this as a break of structure below this level right here. What is this, like basically 112. 112 is the key critical point. But as long as that condition is met, I'm basically bullish on all time frames as well. 4-hour, daily, and weekly, both the daily and weekly looking pretty damn good here for further continuation to our more long-term target. Like I said, about just below 114. All right, moving on to Euro Pound. What do we got after that? 91 cents, popping back up. Nice one. Did I get this? I give up on Euro Pound. Fuck it. I'm moving on. I shouldn't be. I'm deleting it. Get that one out of my fucking face. I can't get that one right. It's just every once in a while I run into an asset that I cannot get anything fucking right on that one, and that one I've gotten like 2 things right over the last 2 weeks, and that's just not good enough. So how about I should probably just do less damage and not talk about it at all. So there you go. Fuck you, Euro Pound. Go away. that's what you should do too. If you're not having good success with an asset, just find a new one. Sometimes that is a trick. Anyways, looking at the low term timeframes for Euro Dollar right here. What do we see? Actually, yesterday I was looking for a little bit of upside on this one, stab back up to 121.5, but looks like Crown's going to be wrong on that. So kill him, die Crown, I hate you. But still, I would be looking at this as kind of like a nice little base area. As long as this condition is met here on the 4-hour time frame at 120.5, I would essentially be looking for it to kind of angle itself back out and give another try to the upside based off both the daily on the 10 simple right now and the weekly, which is just kind of retesting the last major breakthrough level. So still long term, I'm looking at about 123.5 to 124.5, and believe me, I want to be bearish as fuck on this thing, but weekly golden cross right here, and it's just looking girthy. But yeah, short term, probably does even grind back down on this level, but I wouldn't necessarily constitute it as a break just yet until it's actually fully broken. Now, if it does break 120.5 on a 4-hour closure, I would look for a little bit of a meltdown all the way to about 120 even down here. But do I think that that's what's happening right now? Probably not. I'd probably be looking for it to grind this area out a little bit and then give another try to the upside. But I would love for this one to break down. Please break down. I'd appreciate it so much. Anyways, pound yen. What do we have right here? Nice and down as well. Go fuck yourself, pound yen. Yes, fuck yeah. And did we get another test on to our topside resistance here at about 140.69? Close, but no cigar. Close enough is close enough though. And I'd be looking for this one to come back down a little bit further south. Daily Stokes popping back down, and weekly is doing what? Weeklies, weekly I have no comment on. I think yesterday on this one I said daily and weekly I have no comment on. Now the daily I would be looking for a little bit more downside here. Like I said, down to about 138. Short-term time frames, same thing, yeah. 138.41 on the short-term time frame. So short-term, medium-term down. Weekly, no call. I don't feel comfortable just yet. Macro, it is down, yes. Pound dollar, what do we see right here? Down is a direction. Yes, short-term down to about 132.5. Nice. And I think... Actually, I think yesterday I did say a retest of this area right here, 135, and we did get that, but I would have been further bullish on this one. This one looks like a bit of a fake out and a bit of a swing failure pattern here in progress too. Short term and medium term are both downside. Yes, so I'd probably be looking for this one to come back down to the next relevant level, probably somewhere down around 131 and 3/4, 131.5 to 131 and 3/4, somewhere right around there, and look for a bouncy bounce. Yen dollar, what do we see right here? Coming down to the 10 simple on the weekly, I probably would be looking for a bounce there just because. Looking at the daily right here, still got rising lows all along the green 55, and I believe that would be somewhere right around 95.50. So I'll be looking for a little bit of a bounce right there. 4-hour. This one I think I was wrong on yesterday too, because I was probably looking for some upside on this one, to be fair. 4-hour, yeah, a little bit of short-term downside as well. So all time frames down, but I would be looking for a bounce relatively soon, about 10 to 15 points lower than where we are right now. If that level does fail, I would look for a gun all the way to 95 even, actually, and then very likely a bounce there. All right, what else do we got? We got gold somewhere. There we go. Gold, yes. Okay, so gold we said coming down to 1830 yesterday, and what do we have? We got gold coming down to 1830. Actually, quite nice. I'd look for this one to come down a little bit more, actually. Likely come back down towards 1810 or 1800 even. And on the low-term time frames, on the daily, a little bit of sideways within the range. I'd basically be looking for a range between the 200 simple at low 1800 and kind of where we're at right now. But next move very likely on the short term to the downside. And weekly, as I've been saying, a weekly closure on Friday tomorrow above 1860. And yes, I will call this a reversal here. We'll have hidden bullish divergence confirmed, and I'd be targeting moves back up to basically $2,000. But as it is right now, as you can see, this is why waiting for closures is so damn important, because, well, yesterday what was once looking pretty damn good, now not looking so hot anymore, and I would be looking for a short-term downside here. So again, need to see Friday's closure, but short-term down, yes. All right, back on to Bitcoin. What do we have here? Last time we spoke about this one in this morning's video, we were hanging out somewhere around about 18.4, 18.5, I believe it was. Yeah, we're somewhere right around here. We said likely the next short-term move is to the downside. We're kind of getting that right now. 18.1 so far on the low. Let's put up our drawing tools right here. Yes, indeed. I want to see a full-on breakage of the 250 level at the 618 retracement, and then I start to target a move down towards about 17.9 and perhaps another small bounce there. Maybe even a wick back down to the 200 simple and 200 exponential average. Who knows what the fuck happens right around there. But yes, short term, I'd still be angled to the downside on this one. And I would switch around to actually being bullish on the daily once again. If for whatever reason it does pop back up and closes above, let's call it 18,600, that is. If you do see that, that will initiate hidden bullish divergence on the daily right here, which is obviously not likely right now. But if that were to happen, then yes, I'd actually start to target a move back up towards 19,300 to 19,400. 400, and that would look good. But for the short term, I'd actually still be looking down here. And of course, it's a long day left to go. So if the daily, for whatever reason, does close above that level, yes, I would be looking for a pretty nice move actually, but to the upside, that is. But right now, it does look like it wants to explore the downside once again, and we'll obviously talk about it on the Twitch stream here too. So with that said, I want to wish you the best once again. Take care, and until next time.